Hey everybody, so today's Thursday. I'm just gonna start saying that now, beginning of all the episodes, I don't know why. I guess it kind of gives you a decent idea of the span of time it takes me to either do something or get something done. So, and of course, fire up the camera. And here comes the train. Awesome. So we're on a little public trail. One I don't care for too much, but yeah, it is what it is. Is this a long train? Yeah, it's probably a long train. Well, I'm just gonna hope you guys can hear me, because I can't let annoyances slow me down. So, let's get to probably the part that anybody even watches this for. The payday. So, the copper that... I'm starting to get a little quieter. At the copper that I piggybacked out of there last time. And I have some other stuff on the receipt. The other stuff only comes to $9, so you could disregard $9. The main number you want to look at is the copper number. So, without further ado, that's where we're at. 31 pounds for $108.50. I got a total of 117 even. And they taxed it $1, I think. Yeah, $1. And then $9 of that was brass and aluminum that I got elsewhere. So that's pretty exciting. Now I'll put this receipt with the rest of them, and we'll do a grand reveal at the end. But I have a few things I want to chat about before this little walk is up. Some of the more important things is I don't want to give away too many road signs and junk by flashing the camera around. But if you look down there, you see the river. It rained for the majority of the last 2 days, so the river rose about another 4 to 6 inches. So as the area I need to go to get the rest of it, I highly doubt is inaccessible. It's probably at the point of being a much more annoying endeavor. So we're gonna pump the brakes on that. We're gonna pump the brakes on that little excursion until we hit the dry season again. Now, when I started this little long walk and talk, episodes 1 through infinity, I didn't expect it. It was supposed to be kind of like training for that 20-mile hike I want to do this summer. It was supposed to be just me walking and talking and seeing how much I can handle or push myself to see what I can accomplish if I decide to go, for this 20-mile hike, which I'm still pretty in for, still pretty down for. And I think it's completely achievable, considering what I've been doing so far. So I will be continuing that idea. The reason things have changed as much as they did was I was expecting to find junk along the way. I was expecting things that I could stop and look at, things that I could stop and maybe process on camera, different things that might be noteworthy, something to talk about, something to do. But I wasn't expecting to find something, a pile of copper that's going to take me 6 trips, 7 trips to get out of there. I was not expecting it. So it kind of turned into, instead of adventuring as far upriver as I can, it turned into, going a mile and coming back, going a mile and coming back, going a mile and coming back, over and over, the same trip, over and over. And I have a little bit of a problem with repeating myself, going the same place all the time. It gets to me after a while. It's like, it's starting to rain again. Awesome. You know what's awesome about it? I'm at the furthest point of the trail where I wanted to go. So now, at least I could turn around and be like, this is where I kind of wanted to turn around at anyway. But at the same time, I'm not done talking. So we're going to continue this. I just hope it doesn't rain too hard and ruin my camera. We should be alright, hopefully. So, I wasn't expecting, playing pack mule back and forth in the same area over and over and over. I'm not complaining about it because I'm getting paid pretty good money to take take a 1 mile long hike. So, I'm definitely not upset about it. By the way, do I look good or what? Like, look at this. Look at this. Like, if I wasn't rocking, 3 pounds of lint, I'd almost look like I'm presentable. Now, I don't know why. Like, I got a shower earlier, and I just decided I was going to throw these clothes on, and I was going to go for this walk. I didn't have a real reason for it. I just did it, I guess. Anyways, so now, if I want to continue this little series, which I'm thinking about renaming, because it turned into a bigger thing than I thought it was going to, I can't really get back to that spot. Like, I don't see it really being reasonable for me to get in and out of there when the river's up this high. And if there was more there that was, the ready to go stuff, I'd probably risk another trip. But right now, there's not really any more of that ready to go stuff there. Now it's all insulated wire that needs to be processed either there or back at the house. So I'm gonna pump the brakes on that whole operation until the river drops about 5 inches or more. Then I'm gonna walk a little bit further. I mean, wet is wet, right? I'm already wet. I'm only gonna get more wet. Even walking back from here, if it keeps a steady pour, a steady rain, I will in fact be soaked through. So might as well just enjoy it. It's not like torrential downpour, so it's whatever. And it's relatively warm. A thought crossed my mind the other day. Actually, a few thoughts have been crossing my mind. But a thought in particular has crossed my mind the other day. And see, there's a bunch of junk up there that I might have to take a look at. I don't know if I went up there yet. Actually, I'm pretty sure I didn't, because I went down there, but I didn't go up there, I don't think. So that might be something I have to check out. At least I think so. I think the area I went up was on back here. Anyways, I keep getting distracted. I have had a few interesting thoughts the last couple of days, and one of the more depressing ones. One of the more depressing ones. I had a few kind of depressing ones, but one of the more depressing ones on the list. Thought about my pap, and up where he was in the home at during the last stretch of his life. When I went to visit him, there was 2 roads that will take me to a store. They're both relatively the same distance, but if I cut straight through the woods, it would take like half the time. So, of course with me, I was like, screw it, let's see if I can make it through the woods. And it's fairly dense considering. And when I was trying to work my way around all the brambles and trying not to get skewered or fall in a hole, I found a pile of copper, and I forgot about it up until now. I forgot about it up until like yesterday. It's not really like, it's nothing compared to this pile that we're already at. But it might be an easy 15 pounds that was long forgotten in the woods. And then I even forgot about it because when I found it, it was right about when all this here, ancient Chinese death disease started going around and Pap passing away. So it kind of slipped my mind. But I was thinking about examples of times that I found like super large amounts of copper, of like the 60-pound range, to try to make an example of how unlikely this is. And then I thought about that pal, but it's nowhere near the 60-pound range, but I think it is probably about 15 pounds sitting in one spot. So 15 pounds is about $50. Can't really complain about that. So that might be something we go do. Now, as I said, I was going to do like, this is how much money we got from this pile of copper, but now that we're going to have to take a break from that pile and we're going to be going to search elsewhere, I'm not entirely sure when the next video would go up and how long I got to hold on to all these receipts, how long I got to try not to lose them, keep them, filed in order and, all this nonsense. And I was thinking that maybe like around the end of May, I'll sum up that section. So it was like what, March, April, May, 3 months, and then March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, March, April, May, and then June, July, August. So March, April, May, and then I'll sum it up at the end of May, and then June, July, and August, or until winter probably at that point, I'll sum up that whole amount. Like I said, when I started this out, it was supposed to just be me kind of, I don't want to say testing my limits, because that's kind of like, I don't know, that's a way more drastic way of putting it than what I'm actually doing. More like conditioning. Conditioning. It was supposed to be a video to keep me in the mindset of getting into some semblance of better shape. So, and to get ready for that 20-mile hike I want to do. There's another area where somebody dumps a bunch of junk off a road up there. That's the area I did go to, and I found like 3 or 4 televisions that I did rip apart already, and a car battery. I might go back up there someday, but I think I'll take the road instead of climbing the hill. We'll see though. I don't want to, not entirely sure, but there's stuff like all over this hillside from people being, people. I was talking to somebody at the scrapyard, and I was like, if there's a God, if there's religion and there's a God, we are probably his biggest mistake. Like, people are his biggest mistake. We had so much potential as a sentient being. We had so much potential. And it's just completely just sick. Anyways, before I'm headed back. It stopped raining already. See, it was a good choice to keep going. But so I think I'm gonna rename the videos because Long Walk and Talk Part 1 through 25 is kind of annoying. It's really kind of annoying. Like, I don't like it. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't roll off the tongue. It isn't like... I mean, the one good thing about it is, it's all a set. Like, it's all in order and a set. So, instead of naming each one something different, like, 30-pound copper scrap heap. 1 30-pound copper scrap. Like, I don't know. My creative juices ain't flowing with that kind of stuff. But we'll see what I come up with. I don't know if this will be a standalone video, or I'll be collecting that other pile on this video. because I'm supposed to go shopping tomorrow, and then there's no buses on Saturday, and there's no reasonable buses on Saturday and Sunday, and I ain't walking 30 miles just to walk 30 miles back. I'm trying to get in better shape. I'm not crazy. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, I can do it. It's just I'm not doing this to make myself more miserable and more depressed. I'm doing it to try to pretend like I have a purpose. Pretend like I'm doing something with my life. like everything else. But I did happen to pass on the way down here, like 3 televisions and a couple other little electronic things. But some of them are off the actual place where garbage would go. So I'm not sure if they're actually garbage. Like, being out in the rain all day, they're garbage, but I don't know if somebody else is going to be ripping them apart or not. And as much as I would love to, the ripping apart televisions in this town, when people know me, and not knowing for sure if it's trash or not, it's not worth it. Like, it's going to be, the TVs are probably like 24, 30 inches, so you're probably talking approximately $6 in copper when it's all cleaned, and that's probably being generous. So, like, to have somebody spreading rumors or running their mouth to me directly or about me behind my back, it's not worth $6. It's just not. Now, I did have this thought that I would go and look up spring cleaning days, like all the days that the surrounding counties are doing spring cleaning, and add those to this little video compilation of the summer. When I went to my good friend Google, I only found one posting, and it was from last year. So I'm not sure, like, if they hide that stuff, particularly because of people like me, and they just send it out with a trash bill, which is what I'm assuming. So I think that's how my town does it. Or they just have a special place that they posted online that I just don't know about. Whichever it may be, we'll find out. I do plan to go around my town and do cleanup, but I'm probably not going to wear a camera, or I'm not going to have a camera, or I'm going to actually wear the camera. We'll see. I think there's like a body harness thing that I never used, so we'll kind of decide how I want to do that. And I was taking into consideration, stupid train again. You probably can't even hear me because the speaker on the camera is facing the freaking train. I might or may not even, like, actually ride my bike that I bought. Like, I bought a bike. I'm not complaining about it because it was, like, in my opinion, for the quality of bike it was pretty cheap. So I'm not upset about it, and it's brand new. It was like $120, brand new. The problem is, I don't really care to ride a bike. It makes me nervous. I just learned a little while ago, a few years ago. It wasn't like I learned when I was a kid, and it's just like, you know, just like a walk in the park for me. I just learned a little bit ago, and it still makes me ever so slightly nervous. So more often than not, instead of getting the bike out of the basement and, you know, going out that way, more often I'm just like, you know what, I don't have to push the thing up the hill if I walk. I don't have to worry about somebody stealing it if I walk, if I have to go in somewhere. And that's actually happened to me. It was in a city, but I put my bike outside of a pizza place, went in to grab a slice of pizza. When I came out, it was gone. So yeah, like, it's not me being paranoid. It has happened. And that bike was a piece of trash. The bike I have now is actually kind of nice. So the problem is, instead of me actually using it, I usually opt to walk because it's just more reliable. It's more reliable. I don't have to worry about worst case scenario when I'm walking is, I get a twisted ankle or I get hit by a car. With a bike, there are so many other things that can go wrong. So it takes a little bit longer, but it is very consistent. Thought I heard something. Guess I was wrong. Alright. I don't know what else to say. I think I pretty much covered it. I'd love to chat about a few other of the interesting ideas and thoughts I have, but it's just it's a pipe dream and a kind of an oxymoron. It's something I want in many ways, but at the same time I don't want in many ways. And it involves another person, and that just opens up a whole other spectrum of problems. Because not only can I not decide if I truly want it or not, then I gotta get them involved. And then that's just, it's already a coin toss. Then you involve more mystery. And then it's just like, horrible. It's horrible. It's a big ball of emotion and stress. I mean, it's complicated. It is very complicated. Like I said, if I don't involve other people, it's less likely anybody else will get hurt. So, I'm sticking to that for as long as I can. What else is there? I think I'm going to post this. It's probably like 15 minutes now. 22 minutes now. I think I'm just going to post this as a standalone video. I'm not sure how many receipts we have total. I think we're getting on to like 7 receipts. One was $51, and that was from the house stuff. That was from stuff I already had stacked up through various projects, things that I just snagged here and there, and my aluminum casting stuff. And then the newest receipt has $9. That was from an outside source. So, other than that, so $60, whatever the total is thus far, $60 off. And then if we go collect that other thing, which we're going to, if it's still there. Now, it's been a year or two, so I don't know, we'll see. And let's see if I can even find it again. I mean, I know about where it was, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. And then clean up and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'll take all the receipts out. And maybe I'll see if I can find some free spreadsheet thing. And then I can just type in, I can just make like a full-on smart person fancy spreadsheet of the stuff I've been getting and where I've been getting it. I don't even know how important it is. Like, I don't know if you guys even care about that kind of stuff. Like, at this point, if you guys are watching this in succession, like, I feel bad for you, because you're probably more bored than me. You hate your life more than I do if you're watching. I mean, I don't know what exactly, like, I've watched, the thing about watching other people's videos, most of the time you're watching them for entertainment, or you're watching them for an educational purpose. Now, I think I kind of sometimes string the line on both of those things. I think sometimes, depending on my mood and how I'm handling things, I think I could be fairly entertaining. On the other hand, I think I have my moments of being educational as well. Some of it can be cliches, and some of it can be common sense, and some of it's just like, well, of course, why wouldn't you take a magnet when you're scrapping metal? But, you got to think at the same time, not everybody knows that. I mean, just because you know that doesn't mean everybody knows that. So, I do feel that I do have an educational side, and I do have a slight entertainment value, considering the topic and what I'm doing. So, of course, I'm nowhere near those people that have their own private editors and, scripts and fancy cameras. I don't know what I was trying to get at. Oh, yeah, well, some of the people I was watching, but the thing I hate about watching other people's videos is when you can absolutely tell that they're putting on a fake persona. Like, when you can absolutely tell that they act like something different on camera. Like, that's gotta be exhausting. It's gotta be literally exhausting. I couldn't imagine being fake for an hour on end for an audience. Right. What do I know? That's why I'm not an entertainer. Well, like, I make comments about the people wood turning stuff with epoxy and people that torture themselves with taking a game that's already super grindy and then adding more roles like RuneScape or Pokemon Nuzlocke. I talk about them like, you know, what the heck is wrong with these people? Like why would you take a game where you got to spend, you know, 7 days straight minimum to get a 99 in a skill, to get max out of skill, you know, 7 days straight minimum, like 24-hour days, no sleep for 7 days to max out a skill, doing it like the most proficient way, what's the word? I'm gonna say proficient, because that word works. It's gonna bother me now. Proficient's good enough. So, it takes that amount of time doing it the most proficient way. And then you go and like, I'm going to add all these extra rolls, so I have to do it half as proficiently. And I'm sitting there like, I want to jump out my window trying to get 50 rune crafting. Why the heck would you want to make it harder? So, and the people that do wood turning stuff and have like, I'm wood turning colored pencils or some garbage. Like, no, you're wood turning epoxy that just happens to have pencils inside of it. Or the Pokemon Nuzlocke. Like, oh, can you beat Pokemon Soul Ruby extra wide crazy RPG with just the Magikarp? Probably. Well, why would you want to torture yourself that bad? You know? It's like, can I beat the Elite Four with a level 1 Rattata? Yeah, probably. Why would you want to? You know? Or people that are like, should I strip wire or shouldn't I strip wire? It's, you know, that's not, that's clickbait at best. There's not a real good answer for that. You do the simple research of being like, what's the price for each grade, and how much time is it going to take me, and how much time do I have to spare? What am I willing to lose? It really depends on the person. It's starting to rain again. It's just, when I do videos, I want to be myself the best that I can be, and I want to kind of convey messages the best way I know how, but as honestly as I know how. And when I watch other people on YouTube, I'm just like, how much did you have to pay to get 1 million subscribers? like what computer programs did you run to manipulate the algorithm to get those subscribers? Because he definitely ain't talent. Alright, okay. I'm done trash talking. I'm having a little too much fun. I might get hit by lightning if I keep smiling too long. I'll be like, whoa, why isn't he completely miserable right now? Smited. Alright, I'm out of here. This is getting kind of lengthy. This will be a standalone video just for giggles, because I don't know when I'll be going again. I won't be going to the river spot for probably a while. And, the other spot, I'm probably going to wait till at least Monday to clean it, to get it kind of together in an area. Get everything thought out, planned. So today's Thursday, and I probably won't be doing anything else specific to this until Monday. Alright. I'm about back to town, so I'll catch you guys next time.